along with all of its supplements, went out of print a long time ago. So, in being out of print, of course, it got ridiculously expensive. So here comes Hasbro because they bought Milton Bradley, with this idea of, hey, we'll re-release Heroquest. My brain keeps wanting to say Warhammer Quest. If there's enough support for it, if there's enough community support, they knew that people were going to want HeroQuest. There's no question of it. It wasn't a question, okay? Them saying, we need your help to fund this is BS. They knew they were going to do it. But it's about building an artificial sense of urgency and rarity on things. So I bought in. I was just like, at the time I was flush, and I said, hey, IR. I said, just inject it straight into my veins. I bought in the Mythic tier, which is the base game, all the expansions, and by doing all the expansions, you get extra stuff to boot. So that was a year ago. And I thought with Andromeda Strain, with everything else that was going on, that it was going to be next to impossible to say when this would come out. But they said, when they kickstarted this last October, September, whenever it was, it'll be out in November of 2020. And I just said, we'll see about this. We'll see whether or not, 2021 rather, we'll see if November 2021 brings me a HeroQuest set, or if I wind up waiting for 5 years to get my pledge back. Well, Hasbro ain't screwing around. And despite the shipping slowdowns and shortages of everything in the world, it's right there, folks, right there. And I am going to unbox it for you guys, and we're going to take a look at the stuff inside. We'll take a deeper look tomorrow on that live stream, but I want to open this up. So I'm going to move the mic out. Now, I might not see any comments or questions or that sort of thing, but I'll try my best to answer them. If you ask them on Facebook or on YouTube, it's all good. So let's go ahead and dig in and take a look. And by the way, if you want to grab the URL for this live stream and just share it out on social media, please do that. Please do that. I'd love to get lots of eyes on this. I like to think I'm one of the first unboxers to get mine. I hope Bardic Broadcasts got his first. And if you don't know that guy's video, it is the most epic thing ever put on YouTube in terms of tabletop gaming. Go check out Bardic Broadcast, Why HeroQuest is so great, after my unboxing. So let me just get my YouTube demonetization device handy. They don't like knives and other forms of mass destruction to be shown in their videos. But let me just break that out, and we're going to crack into this case, and we're going to see HeroQuest, the greatest game of all, or what have you. So I'm going to swing the mic around so you guys can hear me as I talk about this. But yeah. Let's go ahead. And yes, I know the focus is soft. I'm going to step around and try and get that better in. So first, we got the box. It's just standard case lot shipping case here. Mine's got a bit of a crushed corner. I really hope that doesn't mean that the boxes inside are crushed. Let's get the knife and gently pierce that tape, because I don't want to push this into the boxes. Just come on. There we go. Just need enough to get a fingertip or two into. And that's tough stuff. There we go. All right. So yeah, nothing special about this box. It's just a cardboard box. It's what a retailer might get. Except it does say it's Mythic tier. That's all the expansions, all the extras in this giant box of holding. Now, it does say Avalon Hill on it, and, Bill, you said Hasbro, you said, You said, Milton Bradley, what is it? Avalon Hill is just an impressum that Hasbro owns now. There's nothing special about Avalon Hill anymore. Ooh, the inner outer box has got a crushed corner too. I really hope that does not extend onto the inside. So let's, oh my gosh, that is stuck down in there. So we're just going to go ahead and open it in situ. Again, being very careful. This is like a Matryoshka doll. This is like the Russian nesting dolls, because there's more box under this box. Oh my God, or is this just a panel? This is just a, aha, there, okay. There we have it, ladies and germs. We have the first box. And yes, I will get this out of the way where you can see it. Where you can see the Heroquest game system box. That is still a weighty box, by the way. There's still stuff in there. But here is the Heroquest game system box. It has a pretty good reproduction of the Les Edwards artwork there. At least I think that's who that is. I apologize in advance if that's not right. Let's see. I'm gonna nip around and get better focus on that, guys. So I'm just over here working on the camera. All right, yeah, and you guys are looking at the front 242 targeting reticule. There we go. All right. So, and I am sad to say that it looks like the corner of this box is jank. There's a crease here and damage on the corner there. That makes me very sad. But that is probably almost assuredly FedEx's fault. There are tabs. There are seals on it. Oh, but there is back of the box graphics. We have some lovely graphics there. 70 plus detailed miniatures just in the base set alone. Now, this is not a sales pitch. If you like Heroquest, if you grew up playing Heroquest and you love Heroquest, you already know where you fall with this. So when I say, oh, it's 70 miniatures, you should definitely get this, guys. If Heroquest isn't your jam, I completely get it. If this type of miniature sculpt isn't your jam, I completely understand. So let's go ahead then, and you know what? Let's pull the next box out before we dig in to the main set. So let me just put this over here. I'll block R2-D2 there, and we'll hop into the next box. So let's see. So we have this is the you know what? I'm gonna save that one. We're gonna look at the two. We're gonna look at the two expansions first. Now, I don't know chronologically of original Heroquest which of these came first, so I'll just go with the one in my right hand. This is Heroquest Kellar's Keep Quest Pack. And what we've got in Kellar's Keep is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17 new miniatures, 8 orcs, 6 goblins, 3 abominations, cardboard tile sheet, 2 dungeon doors, 14 game cards. Requires Heroquest system to play. The king is trapped in the forbidding recesses of Kellar's Keep, a subterranean vault deep within an ancient fortress. But the key to this secret location is found only in the fragments of a map hidden far underground. The heroes must make their way through the eerie passages to reach the king in Kellar's Keep before Zargon and his evil forces do so. So there we go. Kellar's Keep quest pack. And the second one, Heroquest Return of the Witch Lord. And yes, there is also artwork on the back. Here we have 16 miniatures, 8 skeletons, 4 mummies, 4 zombies, cardboard tile sheet, 2 more dungeon doors, and 14 game cards. The cruel Witch Lord survived the great battle and sought refuge in his subterranean fortress. Soon he will have recovered enough of his strength to lead a mutant army in a vengeful attack against the realm. You must journey across the barren lands and confront the Witch Lord. Beware, his fortress is filled with legions of vile monsters and deadly traps. The evil Witch Lord awaits your arrival. Revisit the rich story of Heroquest with the Return of the Witch Lord, an exciting expansion in which you must destroy the Witch Lord, who hides from the light of day with his army of the undead. With 10 exciting quests, 16 finely detailed monsters, and full-color tiles, Return of the Witch Lord continues your Heroquest adventure. And there you go. And just like Kellar's Keep, we have artwork on the back of Return of the Witch Lord. Now, all this is plenty awesome enough. But when I pledged in, I also got, because I got the Mythic tier, I received the... Nope, that's not going to show there. The Mythic tier set, which is only for the Mythic tier backers. There's no blurb on this. It is just this lovely representation of the Heroquest art, which is, of course, a tribute to the Les Edwards box art from the original Heroquest. So, again, this says, Mythic contents, 4 hero miniatures, 18 monster miniatures, 6 white combat dice, 14 game cards, 4 character cards, cardboard game tiles, 3 quest books, heroic contents, 5 miniatures, 4 cards. So, that's in that. And it is... It's all fairly compact. The original Heroquest box, I think, was narrower top to bottom and was wider in length and height. So there we have that. Now, I think, first of all, let me make sure that's everything. Yes, that appears to be everything in this box. I think when I dig into Heroquest proper, we're going to have a lot of minis in baggies. There's going to be a ton. It's going to be like, here's the monster minis, they're in a baggie. Here's the dice minis, they're in a baggie. And not in Ziploc reusable baggies either. But we'll see when we dip in there. Any comments, any questions? Let's see. Vinny Notabartolo over on Facebook. Saying Heroquest, loved Heroquest and glad it's being released again. The classic box art. I remember the quest packs, but never had them. Yes, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. I'm still awake. It's 2:30 in the morning here. I'm not going to miss this. Well, thank you. Thank you very much to our friends in Greece. And hello, IR. I did not miss you, my friend. So let's dig in to the main box set and let's talk about everything cool in there. Now, I'm going to grab an X-Acto knife. There are tape tabs holding this on. I don't want to use the big honker here to cut those because I don't want to scrape the sides of the box, and I don't want to peel them off because I don't want to tear the box. We've already got box damage. Thank you very much, FedEx. So we have to be careful. So let me grab my X-Acto knife to cut the tape tabs. So we're just gonna slit these tabs and we're gonna jump right in. And hey, look, we've got like between Facebook and YouTube, we got 11 viewers here. That's pretty good for me. Thank you everyone for being here. So let's just go ahead. And again, everyone, share this link, spread this link around. Spread all my show links around. Would you be a dear and do that? So let me see. There we go. There's that one. And let's see. There's that one. We're just gonna get this one and then the one at the bottom. You know, it's funny, this game was so ubiquitous and common even in toy and hobby stores here in the US back in the day. Like, you wouldn't have thought anything. Oh, my box of stuff. Big deal. There was a brief period in the late 90s, or late 80s, early 90s when, you know, big multi-part games like this were quite the thing and quite common. You had Shogun from Milton Bradley. You had, oh goodness, well, lots of games. You had lots of games from Avalon Hill and Milton Bradley. And oh, is this one still? It's still. Are we still sticking over here? Ah, there we go. Okay. All right, folks. Here we go. We're digging in. I'll see if we need to adjust the camera. It's again, it says Avalon Hill. It's formerly a Milton Bradley game done by Milton Bradley and Games Workshop, and this is actually published by Hasbro. So, again, Matryoshka dolls. So, let's put this here. Why Heroquest is so great. So we have some kind of flat... Oh, I see. So this is like a sleeve that holds a parts tray. Let's slide this off. I take it back. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at the tray of miniatures, guys. Can you all see that? Are you guys seeing that? Oh, yeah. These are gorgeous, guys. Nothing to assemble. And yes, I gotta do this. I love you to death, Bardic Broadcast. I really do. This is a gargoyle. It is a new representation of the gargoyle. It is not overdone. It is not over detailed, but you don't have to assemble these. All of these minis are put together. They are single piece moldings and they are beautiful. That camera is not going to do justice, as good as it is, without me bringing it over and doing macro focus and everything. Guys, you're just going to have to trust me on these. We have the bunny dice that represent the essential binary of immortal evil or cute little bunny. So yes, we have our combat dice here. So we've got a set of 8 dice, skulls and bunnies adorning all. So that's our top tray. Monsters, heroes, everything in here. And again, just the basic set. If you want some decent minis to paint, just the basic set provides you with 70 minis. That's not a bad deal. Go to your FLGS and get this set. That is my advice to you. So let's look at the next level. It's the same thing. This is the Groundhog Day of unboxings. See if any comments, any questions you guys have got. FedEx owes you a Mythic tier price. Well, this is full Mythic tier, and yeah, if I thought I could get my money out of FedEx, you know. Sorry. Very dry, very parched. All right. So let's dive back in. What else do we have? We have another sleeved tray. This one is much heavier. Oh my gosh, guys, this is my favorite thing ever. Look at the dungeon terrain. Look at the dungeon doors, the dungeon dressing. We have character sheets. We have adventure game cards. But perhaps the coolest of all, we have all of these accessories. I mean, you know, you talk about your stuff that you could use with, say, Dwarven Forge. Look, here is a crypt that opens. Check that out. This is all stuff that can go in your 28mm dungeons. I'm not sure what these little guys are, what these little stands are. Are those... Oh, these are skulls. Look at this, guys. Can I just pop one of these out of here without damaging this tray? That's, you know, once you get the skulls off the sprues, you're good to go. But yeah, these are sprues of skulls. Then we got all of the dungeon pieces. We got a fireplace. All of this just calls out, just cries out to be painted. And I'm looking forward to it. Rats. There's rats, individual rats, a weapon rack. If you had the original Heroquest, then you remember probably all of this, but you probably remember it, and I remember it, being plastic bumpers that held together cardboard shapes that made up the cabinet, the fireplace, the alchemist table, the weapons rack, the regular tables, the rack. The torture rack, like this. But these are solid cast pieces, and they will last a long, long time. Look, an altar of evil. This is all, it's all kind of fit down in there. Now, one thing I can tell you is that once you have these painted, I don't know if you're going to want to be constantly cramming them in and then having to dig them out with your fingers, because it's gonna rub your paint jobs off. So you're gonna wind up with a lot of terrain here, a lot of scatter terrain that you're never gonna want to put back in this box. Maybe even the same with the miniatures. So you'll have to have some shelf space to put this on, to put these pieces on. So let's take a quick glance at the cards. Loads of cards. I don't know what these do yet, so we'll check those out. Character sheets. My buddy Kyle Schuant complaining about character sheets being too big and too detailed. Well, there you go, Kyle. A 3x5 card character sheet for Heroquest. Why does my brain keep wanting me to call it Warhammer Quest? All right. Next up, we have the board. The cracking game board. And yes, it is as you remember it. It is this mighty, mighty sheet. Usable for all your tabletop games. Look at the muscularity. So there you go. That is a classic Heroquest board. Let's see, how do I do this now? Not like that. Oh, it folds back over like that. Okay. All right, so we have the board. And what else? There is a Game Master screen. Never fear. A Game Master screen and additional counters for additional pieces. And of course, the ever important rule book. You got to have the rules. You got to know the rules of the game. If you're new to this, you might not know them. Some of you might have them memorized. The Quest book. This is basically the adventure modules for Heroquest. So we get all of those. And it explains where to place monsters, where to place traps, where to place treasures, and so on that map board. So even though it is a big map board that isn't modular, it doesn't let the adventures get too stale. So that's the contents Greyhawk Grognard says, mine's coming Tuesday. I'm envious you have yours already. Well, you know, if they had taken till tomorrow but taken a little bit more time to be careful with it, I would have appreciated that. I would have appreciated that. Daniel asks, where did I get this? I heard about the Hasbro crowdfunding. You guys can't see me on camera. But I jumped on it. I happened to have the spare scratch at that time. I don't now, so this is basically Christmas for me. But no, I heard about their crowdfunding of it, and I said, you know what? I only ever played Heroquest. I never owned a set myself. So I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to jump on it. And when I saw all the cool stuff, I just dug right in. Let's see. Vinny says, I'm going to suggest painting them. Okay, Vinny, I'll take your suggestion there seriously. And if you do paint them, I recommend an enamel gloss finish. I don't know that I would use an enamel gloss. I would probably use a semi-gloss or maybe even a matte. For a hot minute, I thought it was Cherry Mint New Old Stock. No, God, no. I know when this dropped, the prices of Heroquest sets skyrocketed on eBay. I checked. I said, okay, would I be better served buying the 3 expansions, even setting aside the fact that I could not get the very soon to be open, guys, thank you for being patient, Heroquest expansions, even though I wouldn't get the Mythic tier expansions, I thought about buying it. And yeah, the scalpers were out in force, knives out, and said, you know what? You want Heroquest right now? Get ready to pay. So the Milton Bradley Heroquest prices went through the roof. So I couldn't have even at the time that this dropped. And I think this whole thing, the whole buy-in was like $179. I could not have gotten Kellar's Keep, Return of the Witch King, and the base set for what I paid for this. So, hello, Damien. Welcome, welcome. So, let us continue. I'm going to put the lid back on the box and kind of use this as a stage. All the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players. With apologies to Geddy Lee and the rest of Rush. Alright, so let's set this aside. And let's just jump right in, because I like how it rolls off the tongue, and look at Kellar's Keep. Much the same, we're going to take the X-Acto here and split these little tape tabs. And I know there's the collecting crowd of board games and RPGs out there who are just like, well, he's ruined it now. He's cutting those tape tabs. He's taken 30% off the value of that. Well, I didn't buy it to eBay it off. Although I will say, whoops, sorry about the loud clang. Apologies to headphone wearers. I will say that my thought was, if I got this and it was shit, it would have gotten eBayed. So, but so far, it is holding up. It is not disappointing. So, what do we have in Kellar's Keep, other than, of course, what was advertised? So, let's take a look here. We have the Quest Book, which is almost as meaty as the main Quest Book, and many adventures therein. And guys, I know you come here generally for the D&D jam, but I'm going to be honest. There's no reason you can't use some of these parts and indeed get adventure seeds out of these books. There's no reason you can't. So, yeah, I mean, if you're getting this and you're like, yeah, but I'll never really get any real use out of it. Not so. These are good maps. These are good maps in here. So, here is the, you got your quest book. Additional counters. And look, the guys at Hasbro were willing to give you a hand. Sorry. Pieces of the map to solve the puzzle of Kellar's Keep. Kind of a lava trap looking thing there. Maybe that's supposed to be a forge. And then some stair counters. And then we have some more. There's some block counters, a sphere, a statue. All gorgeous 4-color heavy cardstock counters. Now, I will point out, unlike Space Hulk 3rd and 4th edition, those are not embossed. You do not get texture on those, but that's okay. I mean, you don't want people grabbing them up off the table and feeling them anyway, right? Okay. On to the minis, because that's why we're here. Well, first, that's a lie. We have more cards, more game cards, and, we'll read about doing those. And the aforementioned dungeon doors. These beautiful dungeon door pieces. Now, these don't open. These are not articulated. You just have to move them out of the way, slide them, whatever. And there we have the bunny dice door. Cute little rabbit. Symbol of terror and death. How does that go back in there? Is that like that? That's like that. Okay. And then we have the monsters. We have goblins. It looks like undead warrior chicks. All suitable for rendering on the side of your Chevy panel van. Skeletons. Come on. Oh no, these are orcs. These are orcs. It's the undead are in the other set. So that's basically what we get. We get come on. Good Lord, these are jammed down in there. We get like a deep one or a kind of almost Kuatoa looking guy. That's pretty spiffy. And there goes my studio light. Awesome. So, there's our first expansion set, guys. We're going to set this aside. We're going to expansion set that aside. And move on to Return of the Witch Lord, which is going to be much the same, I think. So let's just slice this open. Again, fie on you collectors. It occurs to me, people who buy stuff to collect and never bother opening it, couldn't you just sell them a box of sand? Couldn't you just, find a parts reseller on eBay who sells board game pieces and just sell them a box of sand? They'd never know. They'd never know. And then they'd sell it to somebody else with idle rich money, and they'd never know. And so it would go on through the years till somebody opened it and said, these people were buying a box of sand. All right, Return of the Witch Lord. I said Return of the Witch King earlier. My mind tripping off to Lord of the Rings. All right. There's the Return of the Witch Lord. We have the quest book, looking good. Oh, that is a lovely skull piece. Let me turn that around. That's an almost Tomb of Horrors looking thing there. And so many quests. A message from Mentor. So we have more counters in this set. Stone blocks. Open secret doors that look... Ooh, that's pretty. That is a pretty piece. We have some crypts. We have a spell effect. And we have a pile of skeletons here. And, of course, this guy going on. That's beautiful. And then we have our undead. 2 dungeon doors. Undead warriors galore. Trapped in here like flies in honey. Kind of a... There's our undead warrior chick. And these are all, of course, sort of a yellow yellowish beige. They do not glow in the dark, sadly. And we have our is that Heroic Brew? No, that's anti-poison. And you know what I didn't do with the last set is there anything? I don't think so, but I'm going to look and see if there's anything underneath. There's not. There is not. So we'll set this aside. And now guys, we're going to get to that rare item. The thing that you will not be able to buy at your FLGS. The backer only Mythic set. So we have the lovely Heroquest art here. Mythic contents, 4 hero miniatures, 18 monster miniatures, 6 white combat dice, 14 game cards, 4 character cards, cardboard game tiles, 3 quest books, heroic contents, 5 miniatures, 4 cards. Let us open it up. And that is kind of an evil-looking sort of, I don't know what. That's an awesome-looking creature. But let's open it up and take a look there at what we have. All right. There you go again, ruining the collectability. All right. Let's take a look inside. All right. So we have some similar quality pieces. We have like a nice in-looking piece there. We have sort of green miasma sort of looking pieces. Thorny pieces there. Oh my, guys. Oh my. Look at this. Spirit Queen's Torment quest book by... Who is this by? Teos Abadia. So we have the Spirit Queen's Torment book, full of adventures, full of quests. Next up, Crypt of Perpetual Darkness by Joe Manganiello. Another set of linked campaigns. The Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. That is a good, robust tabletop gaming name. The Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. That is straight up a 14-year-old's homebrew adventure name. We salute you, Joe. And finally, The Prophecy of Taylor by Stephen Baker. Again, chock full of adventure-y goodness. And some darn pretty art, too. Can I find that again? It's just kind of a... Yeah, here we go. So some lovely, lovely artwork there. All right. So we have our combat dice. We have all of these miniatures. And this guy, we got this... Is this a dragon we have going here? Yeah, looks like. So we got a dragon or some kind of super gargoyle there. Looking awesome. Just put that back in place. As if I didn't have enough miniatures to paint already, right? We have some additional gaming adventure cards. I bet Heroic Brew is in there somewhere if it's not in the base set. And then we have all of these warriors. We have skeletons. We have monsters. We have... what appears to be a female halfling. Looking pretty awesome there. I think the red ones are the adventurer types for this set. So we have a big beefy bard there. He's got a lute on his back, you see. And then we have, what do we have here? We have a female spellcaster. All kinds of good stuff. And yes, the gargoyle. And we have some more combat dice over here. But what's lurking in this box? Let's check it out. Let's find out. So how do we get this? Heroic contents. 5 miniatures, 4 character cards. Let's open it up and check out those heroic contents. I think these are the alt pose heroic contents, where they have some of the classic miniatures, but done for the distaff side. Not for the distaff side, but you know what I mean. Female versions of the barbarian and so on. So let's take a look. At what we have in this little box. Yes, surely enough. The barbarian. And you should all go playing. And yes, these are all lovely character minis. The dwarf. We have, looks like a spellcaster there. The aforementioned barbarian. Mage. An elf warrior. Oh, you know what? I can go. So we have the barbarian, the dwarf, the elf, and the wizard with all new art. Kind of get a gander at that. And these are lovely. Honestly, I think they could have put these in the base set and just said, hey, look, you know, you got 4 less monsters, but if somebody wants to play a female version of the characters, there's female versions, rather than making it something that you would have had to have paid more for. But this is still a neat set with all the extra quest books, all the cards, larger, gorgeous minis here. And that's what you've got. Vinny says, I always thought Milton Bradley got it right with Heroquest. D&D like in a board game setting. Truly, it is a unique and interesting approach to a D&D like setting. You have a game that has a beginning and end that you can do in an hour or two. You know, you can play linked scenarios, or you can just play a single scenario. So that's it, guys. That is the cracking unboxing. Honestly, everything here is really neat looking. It's really, really very cool. And I'm looking forward to many sessions of adventure and fun with this. So yeah, it's definitely a worthy purchase. Hello, Landon Hughes. Good to see you. Is that a Draco Lich? You know what? I don't know, but we can find out. We can easily find out because we can look at one of these books over here. And I think it's going to be in Joe Manganiello's Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. So we get some potions. Potion of Restoration. Drink this brown frothy liquid. Sounds like Guinness. To restore 1 lost body point and 1 lost mind point. It's refreshing after a tough battle. It is Guinness. Potion of Dexterity. This sparkling liquid adds 5 movement squares to your next dice roll or guarantees 1 successful pit jump. If you purchase more than 1 of these potions, you may only use 1 potion per your turn. Venom Antidote. This bubbling brew tastes foul, but heals up to 2 body points of damage caused by poison needles or poison darts only. Potion of Battle. If you have a really weak roll on the attack dice, you may drink this blood red potion. It allows 1 reroll of your attack dice. So let us look here and see what that is. The Rat and Candle Tavern. So you got an adventure here that actually says, you know, hey, your party meets in a tavern. They're bringing the D&D tropes straight to you. Aw, nobody watching on Facebook anymore. Quest 2, Jailbreak. I'll find it. Let's see. The Marsh of Sorrows. Lost Mines of Tyjet Shalex. The Sunken City of Bubba Helixa. Don't even know how to pronounce that. The Tomb of Hate. Halls of Doom. Come on, we got to get to the one with the dragon. Forge of the Mountain King. Throne of the Death Knight. It is a dragon. Okay, so this is the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness, and I will read you then what goes on in the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. So, beyond the Death Knight's throne was a secret passage revealing a system of tunnels beyond where the gnome's map ended. Steam rises from the slick stone floors and walkways, wafting a sharp, acrid, and penetrating smell through the air. Any mucus built up within your nostrils and throat evaporates within a few inhales. Your eyes water and your palms begin to sweat as you push forward into this dark lair that some new inhabitant calls home. One way or the other, your quest will soon be over as something powerful awaits you in this murky underground crypt. Then it notes where certain traps and monsters are located, and we have the Dragon Venom's lair. The dragon is called Venom, V-E-N-I-M. Like denim, but with a V. When the secret door marked C is open, place the lair tile as shown and inform the players that a sinister laugh echoes out of magical darkness. Any hero who cannot see in magical darkness has a -2 combat dice the first time they attack, -2 the second time they attack, then they may attack as normal. The monsters here do not suffer from this effect. Venom has the following spells: Cloud of Dread, Fear, Command, Sleep, and Breathe Acid. Firestorm, but with acid damage. Venom's stats are movement 9, attack 6, defend 6, body 5, mind 4. The chest contains a dragon's hoard, a total of 1,200 gold pieces. Ah, yes, that typically stingy European approach to treasure hoards. And once the heroes exit this door, read the epilogue. I'm not going to spoil the epilogue. Although, this is not available through any other means, so. Good Lord, black text on a dark green background. Thanks, Joe. Congratulations, you have completed your most difficult quest to date. It did not appear pretty at times, but luckily style points are not being awarded here. You have defeated the Death Knight Gilbane, vanquished the dragon Venom, and blocked Zargon's forces from possessing the incredibly powerful artifacts buried within the crypt. Over the coming nights, whenever you close your eyes and drift off to sleep, you are jolted awake by apocalyptic dreams of a vast wasteland of barren volcanic earth and an obsidian tower in the distance. All of you share with each other these same visions of doom, and it becomes clear that they are the most vivid and painful for the one who wears the crown of shadows. As the pain and visions grow sharper day by day, you come to realize that within the crown lies a great evil, one that needs to be destroyed, and it has something to do with the Dark Tower. My friends, there is simply no rest for the heroic. As one quest comes to a close, another begins. So yeah, this is pretty damn epic. This whole set is pretty damn epic. And Vinny says, the only thing remaining, host a game online. Well, I don't know that I would do it live, but maybe, possibly. You know where we could play this online at? Damien says, so Venom is your basic D&D Black Dragon with the acid and such. Yes. Awig says, the campaign for this was over by the time I found out about it. I'm sorry, buddy. No, I'm not being snarky. I truly am sorry. But anyway, you know what? I might run a scenario or two of this when we have, that's right, the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. Folks, we have 806 subscribers. If you want to play some Heroquest amongst all the other great games that I plan on playing when we get 1,000 subs on the YouTube channel, then help me, help you, help us all. If you're just cruising by here, if you just got notified, please click subscribe. Please click the bell icon for notifications. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, I understand. Leave comments underneath. When we hit 1,000 subs, again, if you're new to the channel, 1,000 subs, and we are hosting the Great Underground Online Gaming Con. I will be, you know what? I think tonight has sold me on it. I'll be running some Heroquest. I'll be running original D&D, AD&D, probably Dungeon, First Edition Gamma World, Twilight 2000, maybe some Fight in the Skies, absolutely some Tales from the Loop. Because I know that's new school, but I dig it. So, you know, it's set in the 1980s. That's got a very new school feel to it already, right? So I would very much like to be able to do that for you guys. We're at 806 subs. I want to celebrate hitting 1K subs by having that online gaming con. So please, like, subscribe. Tell your friends who like tabletop gaming. Old school, new school, they're just getting into it, or they've been into it since the days of Bronstein games in the late 60s. Tell them to come over, click like, click subscribe for more content like this. And we will have us a fantastic time. Tomorrow, we will be back to do more live streaming. Passerby is giving us some Hall of the Mountain King. Space Hulk, you know what? I'll play some Space Hulk. I'll run some Space Hulk. Somebody wants to go up against the Gene Stealers and some online Space Hulk, I'll absolutely do it. Wasn't there a sci-fi expansion or version of HeroQuest back in the day? Okay, so they attempted to get almost a Warhammer 40K meets HeroQuest meets Space Hulk board game together called Space Crusade that included a lot of elements of HeroQuest and some elements of Warhammer and some elements of Space Hulk all together. So yes, there was. Yes, there was. Space Crusade was. It made oblique references to 40K themes. And I don't think, I would be shocked if we ever saw Space Crusade re-released. Now, there's a company that released a game called Space Crusaders, which I don't know what the affiliation is. I do know that rather than giving like the Sisters of Battle their due, this company opted instead to put Ultra Cheesecake Marines in like, if you can believe it, Terminator bikini armor. I'm not going to link to them. You can go find it. Look up Space Crusade or Space Crusaders. But they had, like Gene Stealer hybrid women with nothing on. So it was clear somebody was working through something there. But yeah, so there was a reprint of it, but I don't know that we would ever see a proper retreatment of it, just because. So HeroQuest used some minis from Warhammer Fantasy Battles, and it was co-written with Games Workshop. Space Crusade straight up dips into 40K lore. Space Crusade, also called Star Quest. I don't know about that. But anyway, yeah, Space Crusade dipped into 40K lore, even though it was published by Milton Bradley in the States. I don't think that Milton Bradley Hasbro could extricate that and repackage it like they did with HeroQuest, because GW and Hasbro are about the same tier financially. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we just have to see how that unrolled. But there you have it, guys. What do you guys think? Give me your feelings on this. How do you like it? Joe's a huge fan of D&D. Yes, he is. And I got to give props to Joe Manganiello for helping the Spine of Night happen, which is kind of like the full length version of Exordium, which I will talk about until the cows come home. But looking at this HeroQuest, setting aside the Mythic tier set, which, people have probably sold their Mythic tier expansion sets, like they bought into it and they're now flipping them for the cost of the entire Mythic tier set with like both expansions and the, yada yada, all the stuff that comes with HeroQuest. Which is to say, you could probably get HeroQuest, the Mythic expansion by itself. You would just probably end up paying a lot of money for it. Just a whole lot of coin. But that's how it goes, Companies get, regardless of whether or not they're backers or what have you, companies will do, will do these limited releases, and people go nuts and they buy these things up and then they flip them onto eBay for a lot of coin. I think the set looks cool. I wish there was a Heroic Knight mini, but hey, nobody's perfect. Somewhere in there might be something. The dragon does look cool. Now, for a brief period of time, I actually gave the sets as a Christmas gift to someone. But for a brief period of time, I had, what is that game? Is the Road to Legend or something like that? Descent, the Road to Legend. I had like Descent 2nd edition. Does Fantasy Flight still do that? Let's see. Descent, Legends of the Dark and Journeys in the Dark. So I guess you can still get those. Yeah, that set is a lot smaller than it used to be. But the miniatures in Descent, Journeys in the Dark were gorgeous, and I wish... I wish I still had the set, but I know the person that has it loves it and enjoys it and uses the miniatures in their Descent set. But with that said, I think the Descent dragon looks better than the dragon that you get in the Epic set. But it's still cool. Saying one thing looks better than the other is not slamming it. I wish there were Heroic Knight mini. Is there not? Let me see. There's the Barbarian, the Dwarf, and the Elf. I don't... Unless they included something, let's dip over. Let's just dig back in, I keep like, I'm going to be done. I'm going to say goodnight. No, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to dive in. You guys are used to my hour-long videos, so you're just going to have to put up with another one. I thought this would be a brief thing, and then it's just like, is this, they packed it so well, in this box, there's just a ton of stuff. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going in. Hang on. So what do we got? What do we got? In the main Heroquest set, what do we got? So that is not heroic miniatures. God, these things are heavy. So I think you're just kind of out of luck with a heroic knight piece. I mean, that's not to say. I mean, remember, guys, we're all D&D players here, okay? We're all clever and smart. You, the player, yeah, here's the barbarian. And you should all go play him. Yeah, that's the closest thing you get to a heroic knight. But there is no reason you could not grab. There is no reason you could not grab a mini of, just a favorite mini to use. Like, oh, this is a knight, and this is I'm going to use this mini in Heroquest. Let me stat this mini up. Let me stat it. Mr. Gamekeeper, Mr. Heroquest keeper guy. And again, a reasonable game master and a reasonable player are going to be able to come up with something where you could use a heroic knight miniature. Just make sure he's on a nice round base. So yeah. Yeah, passerby again doing Hall of the Mountain King, or is that? Oh no, that's the first time you did that. All right, you know what? I want to know about Space Crusade too. So, all right, so here we go. This is from Wikipedia. Space Crusade is an adventure board game produced by Milton Bradley together with Games Workshop and was first made in 1990. It was produced in the UK and available in some countries, including Finland, Ireland, France, Spain, Denmark, Australia, and New Zealand. In Germany, Italy, Belgium, and the Netherlands, it is known as StarQuest. So yes, you are correct. It's for 2 to 4 players taking turns until one wins. One player takes the role of the aliens, controlling all the aliens and monsters on the Space Hulk, which were a mixture of chaos, orcs, gene stealers, and other aliens from Warhammer 40k. The alien player takes on a significantly reduced role compared with that of a game master in a traditional role-playing game, with its sole role being to stop the Marine players from accomplishing their missions. The other players are Marine players. Each controls a squad of 5 Space Marines in standard power armor, one of whom is a commander. Each squad is further equipped with order commands as well as equipment cards. Marines can be armed with different weapons. Light weapons allow Marines to move faster at the cost of reduced firepower. Heavy weapons operate in special ways, such as being able to hit all units in a horizontal line or attacking multiple targets. The blue squad represents the Ultramarines, the red squad the Blood Angels, the yellow squad Imperial Fists. All 3 are founding chapters of the Space Marines, and the chapter can be recognized by the insignia on the slider board and accurately represents the standard colors of the Warhammer 40,000 versions. Each of the chapters are identical, although the equipment cards for the Blood Angels are specialized in close combat and the Imperial Fists in use of ranged heavy weapons. Close-range combat rules are enforced when 2 units are engaging next to each other. Yada, 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 and it goes on like that. So I wouldn't think you would see a Warhammer 40k game published in the United States by Hasbro. Or, Avalon Hill. So I think you could forget that. And the German version was published under the name StarQuest to tie in with HeroQuest, which at that time was very popular amongst German children. The translation tones down most of the violent game elements. The aliens are chaos robots, not living creatures. A player does not kill a robot. The robot is merely removed from this dimension or gets caught by the effects of the weapons and is not harmed at all. Although For example, the assault cannon can quite easily be recognized as a type of machine gun. In the German version, it is called zero time gun, and its effect is explained as time bubbles, slowing down the enemy. And there were expansions: Eldar Attack, Mission Dreadnought, White Dwarf, and Advanced Space Crusade, which is all about fighting Tyranids. And there was a video game version of it. So there you go. There you have Space Crusade. So, yeah, I never played that one either. In my rather simple brain in 1990, I honestly thought it was Milton Bradley saying, hey, Warhammer 40K is published in the UK. We're just going to steal your ideas and publish them. So, anyway, that is all I have for you tonight, guys. Thanks for stopping by, all of you. I had a lot of views on this, and that made me happy. Thank you for stopping by and watching the cracking unboxing. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow afternoon. It'll be morning for some of you. It'll be afternoon for me. But have an absolutely wonderful night. Keep your spell components dry. And if you picked this up and you played it, let us know down in the comments what you think of it. Whether you think it's a good one, a bad one, an ugly one. And I'll talk to you then. Thanks again, everyone. Peace. I love you all. I mean it. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.